What's up, guys? This is Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. So, looking at SPY, we had this rising wedge rejection, and we also had another bearish confluence, meaning that we have two or three different things saying the same thing. There's a rising wedge and a head and shoulders on SPY, and we're getting a rejection. And then on top of that, there is a gap to fill back down to 672. On the daily time frame, we're showing a lot of weakness right now. This gap would take us down towards that area. And overall, we're favoring the low 670s very soon on SPY. We're looking very weak. We tried to bounce and we just got another rejection. So I do expect this to continue to fall and fill the gap down here. Overall, SPY is showing a lot of weakness. Now, we could try to invalidate the weakness if we could reclaim at least 682, but as of right now, we're struggling to do so, and we're favoring the gap for 672. On the QQQ, we're showing even more weakness. We're barely at gap support at 612. We're going to see if this holds. If it doesn't, I'm looking for 610, then 608. The triple Q had a rising wedge-like pattern approaching this government shutdown ending news. And instead, that's been priced in, and now we're rejecting. So we're going to be looking for this to potentially retest 610, if not 608. On the Russell 2000, we also got a massive rejection. We're watching to see if the very important 240 area could hold. If not, we could be looking for a big rejection back down to 238 and 236. On ES, the same thing is going on, massive rejection, head and shoulders like pattern. We also failed to hold 68.41, so we're favoring 6,800. And then the gap fill to 67.64 is likely coming on ES. On NQ, there's a head and shoulders, just like SPY. And we are testing very close to our 200 EMA at 25,338. Because it's struggling to hold right now, I think we easily fill this gap down to like 25,225. And we're going to see if gap support holds there. If it doesn't, if that support at 25,225 fails us, we could just continue to dump to 25,000 or below. So it's showing weakness. Bitcoin's on a big downtrend, could be looking for 100,000, if not new lows. I think this is looking quite weak. Tesla is rejecting, massive rejection on Tesla stock. Lots of bad news about their sales data, the Cybertruck recall, and also they lost two project managers. So that's more bad news for Tesla. There may even be more bad news, but overall, the market's dragging this down alongside negative sentiment. So I think we could be looking for 400, if not the gap fill to 395. Now we got a double top rejection, and overall Tesla showing some weakness. On Nvda, we are favoring 186.5 as our support. We're gonna see if it holds or not. If it doesn't, I could be looking for 184 or below. On Appl, we're showing a little bit of weakness. We're looking for 272, then 269 as our support, so we're favoring downside. Palantir looks kind of weak to me. We got a rejection. We're going to be favoring essentially 169 to 170, so downside risk is there. AMD has support at 249 to 215. We'll see if we hold. If not, we're favoring downside. Coinbase is on a downtrend. Unless we get back above 307, we're going to be favoring a move down towards 290. Looking at Amazon, we need to hold 241. If we don't, this low is going to be retested at 238, and then we could be dipping towards 233, the resistance becoming support. There's downside risk. Meta, however, is showing some life because it's trying to form a base at 600. I believe that Meta is in a very, very good buying place for the long term, but the overall market could drag this closer to 600. But like I said, it's doing a good job at holding up, and it's showing some resilience. Google is showing some weakness. We could be dipping towards 276. Microsoft is showing a little bit of weakness. It's in the middle. It's not that bad, actually. We're range bound between our EMAs between 513 as resistance and 507 as supports. Whichever way we break will cause a bigger move. Otherwise, it's just kind of range bound. The VIX looks more bullish. We're looking for the gap fill, taking us back up to the 19s, and we could even continue to push for the 20s again. I don't think it's just going to stop at 19. It could just keep going. This is causing implied volatility to go up alongside option premiums, which is beneficial for shorts. With that being said, I thank you for listening. SPY has the gap to fill. We look more bearish. This is exactly what we predicted would happen after the government shutdown would end. And this is no surprise looking at the current setups. However, keep in mind that for the medium term, If the stock market continues to decline for another like week, and if we get a big pullback again, I see this as nothing more than a buying opportunity for an end of the year squeeze. I find this very, very enticing. So with that being said, we're just going to take it one step at a time. All right. So for now, we're looking bearish. We're going to likely dip more, and I see this as the buying opportunity, at least for later on. But we're just going to take it one step at a time and play the trend. So for now, we're bearish, and we're going to be watching SPY likely declining to 672. Thank you for listening, and peace out.